Right, we've started exploring Gale. I also want to kind of give you a little hints about EBSCO. So we're going to go ahead and click on EBSCO host. Nebraska Access is if you're not at school. Sometimes EBSCO host won't work. It's the same set of databases, it just looks a little bit different. But EBSCO host is what we pay for at our school. So you click on this link here. And then if you haven't used EBSCO yet this year, it might look different. So right now it chooses all the databases for you. And I never think that that is a good way to search. It kind of muddies your search. So I'm going to go ahead and click on it, and then I can uncheck the databases that I don't want. So when we're thinking about doing research on a novel, we don't need an image collection. So I'm going to uncheck that one. We don't need a health reference. So I'm going to uncheck that one. We don't need a medical desk dictionary, so I'm going to uncheck that one. We don't need a primary search, which is for elementary children. I don't want too easy of an article. And so we still have these databases, and that's going to be great. I just think it's helpful that we uncheck, even if it's just 4 or 5. And then I'm going to hit select. And then I'm going to do my search right here. So there's 24 databases, and we can do A Tree Grows in Brooklyn again. And I would add Betty Smith as the author just to see what we get. And so there's 116 results. Again, it's showing us relevance, and we can change that and do date newest or date oldest. When we're doing classics in the classroom, I think it's okay to look at the oldest articles as well as the newest articles. You might get more information around the time that the article was actually, or the book was actually published. So this one is from 1934, and it's talking about 2 books, but The Tree Grows in Brooklyn is one of them. So that's definitely something I want to look at. And then this is reviewing the book. So this is some information from 1943, which is going to be that time period that this book was published. And now again, we have to go through and read, right? That's the biggest part of research, is reading. And you click on the article and you're wait, where's the article? All I see is this abstract, which if you don't understand what the abstract is saying, you're not going to understand what the article is saying and go back. But if you do understand that our abstract, or you looks like the subjects are what we're looking for, then in EBSCO, a lot of times they have downloaded or photocopied the actual article. So I click on this Access Now PDF. And now here is the article from 1943, which I think is really cool. So here's something about the jungle over here. Again, we're going to have to read this and see. And this might help with your position of classics in the classroom, or it might not. You're going to have to read it to understand if this is helpful. I always have students say, I can't find anything. When you're doing research, you might have 27 articles and only like a paragraph from each one, or 1 page from each one. That is research. It takes a lot of time, takes a lot of reading to kind of understand the information and pull your research out of different articles. So just remember that. Okay, we can go back. And if we want this one, we can hit cite, we can share it, we can download it. I always recommend downloading your sources and sending the citation to wherever you're using right away. So we can click on this cite, and you can copy the citation. If you are doing standard, the Google way, you're going to click MLA 9th edition and copy this. If you're doing Noodle Tools, you're going to export to Noodle Tools. And then put it where you want it to be. I'm going to do classic annotations and hit import. And then it's there. Okay. So that is how you cite that. You can copy it or export it. I can go and do a search here that says classics in the high school classroom. I've actually got that one already, and I wanted to show you some articles that we have. So I did classic novels in the high school English classroom. Again, it's searching by relevance. I did choose full text, so that filters out the results that the articles are not available. You want to make sure you can access the article. Okay. So this one's talking about Appalachian literature in high school. So that would be like that area of the country, Kentucky, Ohio, Virginia, Tennessee. So do we need to learn about that in that area of the world in our classroom? Maybe. And here's talking about classics in the classroom. So some of these articles are very specific novels, and you could go in here and say, A Tree Grows in Brooklyn classic novels in the high school English classroom and find that. Here's another Herman Melville one. Here's The Giver as a bridge to Animal Farm. So you're getting kind of some other topics. Promoting young adult literature, the other real literature. So some people say we shouldn't teach classics. We should teach the new literature that's being published now because the stories are more encompassing of all students than some of those classics written by a majority of white authors. So that would be something to think about too. Why keep teaching To Kill a Mockingbird when others wouldn't? So lots of different articles this way. So you can see Access Now online full text, or it says Access Now PDF. If you see this online full text, it's going to show up right here, and you don't have to do that download. So they're just a little bit different ways to access information on EBSCO. All right. If you have any questions, please ask. I didn't look over here, these three dots. Here you can see Cite, Share, Download. So like I said, always, even if you're not sure if you're using it, download the article and cite it to your works cited, and then you can go back and delete it. But it's so much easier to read this article on your laptop than trying to go back into EBSCO and find it. Same with Gale.